And this is your question. Do you support the continuing conversion of one-way streets to two-way streets? If yes, does this include Main and/or King?
Oh, I didn't answer yet. I got to applaud.
Sandy, after you.
I do, in general, support the conversion. We need to build, it goes back to Jane Jacobs and making healthy, livable streets, and so we need to look at that. But I also know that change is hard, and not everyone loves change, and we have to manage this well. So while not every street needs to go to two-way, I think we need to certainly look at the streets that need to be converted. I think it's really important, as everyone here has talked about, we use the word, complete and safe streets. I don't know anybody in this room, whether you like two-way streets or not, would want a street that isn't safe and isn't complete. So I'm not going to give you a blanket answer. I think that two-way conversions, or converting back to two-way, plays a key role in the kind of transportation improvements we need. But as also been said before, we need a master plan. We can't go at this, ad hoc and a little bit here, a little bit there. We need to have a vision for this. We need to manage the change, and we have to make sure that residents know what's coming on their streets and understand it and also support it. Thank you.
Jason, after you.
Thank you. So the city's transportation master plan is currently being rewritten, and it's important to have a councillor at the table that understands the issues around transportation and can advocate for, like we said, complete streets. I am in favor of conversion of many of our streets into two-way, especially at this point, Queen Street, north of Herkimer. It's a mess, and it needs to be fixed. I'm also in favor of conversion of Main Street and King Street eventually to two-way. I recognize it's a big uphill climb with this council, and convincing folks from the outlying areas of the city that our safety in our neighborhood is as important as their convenience. I'm passionate about the conversion, about making your streets safe and work for everybody throughout the ward, and including adding things like cycling infrastructure and widening sidewalks, especially on Main and King, to make it safer for pedestrians as well. Thank you.
Ira, after you.
There was a time, not too long ago, where I could drive from my house in Westdale to Eastgate Mall and not hit a single stoplight. Flow traffic right from Westdale down to the East End, and it was fantastic. It set this city apart from any other city. My girlfriend lives in Toronto. The traffic there is absolutely horrendous. I don't need to experience Toronto traffic in this city. So I think that we should think about that and think about how we're doing things. I'm not against two-way traffic, but it's something that we really need to think about and need to look at. There are some small streets that I like to see converted to one-way that would reduce traffic flow and make things better. But again, I think we need to do an intense study, but I really, really do like the idea of Hamilton being Hamilton and not like anywhere else. Thank you.
Tony, after you.
Yes, I think we should take a good look at the conversion of the major arteries of Hamilton. I think it could backfire on us. I'm only in favor of the two ways, small business streets or small areas where you can accommodate a little bit better traffic. But if you convert right away so fast on Main and King, what's going to happen to the traffic? Unfortunately, we have cars and have to get to destination from A to B, so we need that. So I think a long-term study, long-term revision, it's needed to that. We wouldn't just chop it off and close, and I think we need to study further on that. Thank you.
Aidan, your 60 seconds begins now.
I think this might be my shortest answer. I believe in a case-by-case approach to our contemplation and possible implementation of two-way streets. James Street in Hamilton gives us good evidence that two-way conversion can do, in many instances, very, very good things. Why is that? Well, it causes people to slow down on the street. It gives opportunities for car drivers to go down the street in a different way, simple as that sounds, and notice things they didn't notice in their earlier hurry in the one-way days. So in certain instances, such as Queen Street, or at least part of Queen Street, I think there is a very important conversation to be had, consulting with the community about creating two-way streets. Not on every street, but there is a lot of opportunity there. Thank you.
Brian, after you.
I agree that it needs, if the conversion of one-way to two-way needs to be part of a strategic plan. And if it's done on a case-by-case basis, then it better be part of that strategic plan so that, and it's communicated to the populace and they have a chance to engage, be engaged, and so that the right decisions can be made. If part of the strategic plan that's being developed is to create traffic congestion to prove a need for the LRT, well then change the streets to two-way streets. Thank you.
Okay.